Welcome. In this video we'll be talking about setting up Canvas if you're teaching a face-to-face class and want to use Canvas minimally, as little as possible. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to talk about is setting up the navigation. The navigation is all of these options over here. Now we don't need all of them, especially if you're trying to get by with using as little as possible when it comes to Canvas. So first things first, let's talk about how to modify this navigation. We first do that by clicking on Settings down here at the bottom, and then the Navigation tab. Once we're under the Navigation tab, you'll notice two main sections, an upper section and a lower section. Right? To get rid of items from the student's view, we simply drag them to the bottom section. Now, I recommend, at very minimum, having a Home tab, Announcements, Grades, Syllabus, and then something called Modules for your class. Right? Once you have that modified the way you want it, click Save. Right? And so that's the first step, modifying the navigation. The next step is making a home page. Alright, so the first things first, we're going to go to and select Pages down here at the bottom, and then Add Page. We're going to call it Home Page. You'll notice that we have options for adding content here, the content editor, and we can put that content here. So I'm going to say that I want this text, I want it centered, bold, and I'm going to have it be a header. Okay. And then I can also add other elements such as an image. I can search Flickr, the Creative Commons images, which means I don't infringe on any kind of copyright law here. So if I were teaching a Spanish class, I could type in Spain, get an image, and update. Alright, once I'm done, I can save that. I selected Save and Publish. And so we end up with a nice little home page there. I kind of like it left justified. I'm going to select everything, go to the left, save. Okay, so it's pretty easy to modify. Alright, so I'm going to have that as my home page. It's also common for instructors here to give a little welcome message, say, welcome to whatever, I will be your instructor. Or in this class, we will learn about. Right, so common things there. I don't need that to be bold. Save. Anyhow, you get the idea. So you can dress up a home page really quickly. Now, right now, this is just a page. Okay. Step 3 is going to be how to get this page as the home page. Okay. So first thing, we're going to select View All Pages, and then the three dots on the right, Use as Front Page. The next step is to click on the Home button up here at the top, then choose Home Page from the right, and then we're going to select Pages, Front Page, and save. Alright, so step 3 has now been taken care of. When a student navigates to your course and lands on the home page, they will see the page that you created and designated as being the home page. Okay. So, step 4 and our last step, announcements is easy to add to. You just click on announcements and then add an announcement. So not only does that put an announcement in the class, but it also sends a notification out to the student. So that's kind of cool. Syllabus, you can type up your syllabus in a Word document, a Google document, whatever you want. You can paste the text directly in here, or you can link it if you have a link to a Google document where your syllabus is, or you can even upload your syllabus. You do that first by selecting Files over here and Upload a new file, and then we choose the file. You simply select the file from your computer, and then once it's been selected, select Upload. You can also type in something like this. You can highlight that text, and if you have a Google document, you can link to it here, and then just type in the link or paste the link in and insert link. There are many different ways you can get the syllabus in there, but once you're ready, simply select Update Syllabus. I'm going to change this font here. Alright, so this would all be blue. The student would just need to click on that to access the syllabus. Alright, so the last thing that we're going to look at is the modules. Right. So it's always good for students to know what they'll be working on in the course, their coursework, and also good for them to know what grade they have in the course. So let's say that we have chapters in our class. So I'm going to say Chapter 1. And I added a module. I'm going to add Chapter 2. Now that we have our chapters created, we can add content to them. To add content to a chapter, we simply select the plus button for that chapter. I'm going to select New Assignment. I'm going to call this Assignment 1.1. 1 for Chapter 1 and 0.1 for the first assignment in this set. I'm going to add the item. So now in this chapter, I now have an assignment. I'm going to add another item. I'm going to call this Quiz 1.1 and add item. Right, so now I have an assignment and a quiz. I'm going to add one more of each. So every time I select that plus button, the default is New Assignment. You'll note that as I continue adding assignments, it's going to build a list here that technically would allow me to add these assignments in other places. But anyway, so New Assignment, I'm going to call this Assignment 1.2. And then I'm going to do a Quiz 1.2. So now under Chapter 1, I have 2 assignments and 2 quizzes. To make this viewable to the students, I'm going to click Publish. I'm going to let my students know in class that there will not be any content in these. These are just placeholders to let us know what we will be going over in each of the chapters. One of the main reasons for doing this is because not only are we building an outline for the class here, but we're also building a gradebook. As we build each of these items, it's important to go into each of the items, select Edit, and you can do this at any time, but put in how many points each one will be worth and save. So I'm going to go back into modules to see what that looks like. So I see that Assignment 1.1 has 10 points. To give Quiz 1.1 points, I'm going to select that, Edit, give it some points, save, jump back over to modules. I can can see that I've got some points associated, and I'm going to do that with these other two and fast forward here. Alright, so now I have an outline for my students. They know what we'll be working on in Chapter 1, and they know how many points will be associated with each of the items. The next thing is to take a look at this in the gradebook. We can do that by selecting grades. And you'll see that we've created assignment columns and quiz columns in the gradebook, where we can manually enter grades for the students. You'll also notice that there is a category here called assignments, and there's a total grade. Technically, as far as Canvas is concerned, all of these items that we've selected are considered assignments. However, the student is able to quickly see their overall score for the class and that they have 54 points out of 60 in this instance. Right? So this is a basic way of structuring your course. If you're ever curious to see what a student sees, you can select Settings, and then from the upper right hand side, Student View. So the student, upon arriving in your class, sees the home page. They can see their grade at any given time, what assignments have been done, their scores, and their total score for the class. They can access the syllabus and the basic structure for the class or outline of the class in modules. So that's a basic standard setup for Canvas. If you're interested in building any more functional grades and quizzes, there's more to it. Feel free to work through the other modules or contact us in TELS and we'll help you work through it. Right? So that's how to create a basic structure for Canvas for your students so that they know their grades, your syllabus, and the outline for the course. And that's it for now.